Okay, so now down to what I actually think of the palette. I think that it is really weenie. I think really, really good. Stop. Hi everybody, today as you can see, I am starting with no makeup. Often I will start with one eye done, but I am going to be trying to create this look here today. Oh, I hope you can see that. It's difficult with the ring light on, but there you go. I'll actually insert a photograph here for you. I actually found this picture on Instagram. I've actually zoomed in and then I've deleted the original, so I'm sorry I can't credit who that is. If anybody knows who this person is, then please do let me know. I'm not entirely sure. But I'm going to be doing this look today, or creating something fairly similar, and I'm going to be doing that with the Profusion Spectrum palette, which looks like this. And I'm pretty much using everything in this palette apart from the green and the sort of rusty colour here at the end. So I'm going to be using 8 of the 10 colours to recreate this look. They're not exactly the same colours as in this look, which is why I kind of wish I still had this post, because then I could look and see what she'd actually used on her eyes. Now, before we start, no, I'm not an expert. I don't pretend to be. So if you want to come in here and thumbs me down because my makeup's trash, then you're in the wrong place. I really don't care. I just want to enjoy makeup and be creative, and I think this look is incredible, and I don't think I can come close to that, but I want to give it a go. I just want to try it because I love how that looks, and I have worn a similar look actually in the past, and if you follow me on Instagram you would have seen that picture with the 2 different coloured eyes and kind of a rainbow theme, and I just thought this looked so pretty. I just love how those colours are working together, and so yes, I am attempting it. I'm not saying I'm replicating it because I'm not. I just feel inspired by that particular image. So I will insert some swatches of this palette at the end, and you can have a look and see what this looks like. I'm actually really impressed, and I think it was around £7, and I think it was £2.95 delivery. So that was actually pretty good. I think it's really incredible. They're very pigmented, but I haven't tried them on my eyes yet, so let's see how they blend. So first thing I'm going to do is, I don't want too much of a tacky base because I think I'm going to need to possibly pack these on and then have quite a bit of blending with this particular picture. There's not a red in here, so we're just going to go with a graduation of the pinks, and she has brought the colour down onto her cheeks, which I'm not sure that I'm going to be doing. I don't know whether I'm just going to make it more of a wearable sort of eye look, but we will see. I'm just going to take a little bit of MAC's blotting powder and put that on the lid, because this is just nice and lightweight and it does the job. I've already got Makeup Revolution's eye base on. So that's that done. This whole look kind of makes me nervous because I'm really not this skilled, but you've got to try things. That was not filming at all when I did this eye. I have literally just used the yellow, the orange, the darker pink, then the lighter pink, and then blended out the edges. I'm not going to take it off and start again, just because it's just going to kind of be the same sort of process replicated on the other eye. And I can let you know how those shadows actually performed at the end of the video anyway. So we'll go on and we'll do this eye. I kind of don't want to take all of this off just because Urban Decay Perversion liner, it's on there. It can be quite messy to take off, and I really don't want to kind of redo all my base makeup. And I've got mascara on. So we'll do this eye. We will forge ahead and do this eye. And yes, I apologise. I just don't know what happened. I pressed the button and it didn't come on. And I think it's because the memory card was full and it didn't flash up. I've deleted everything off the memory now, so everything should be good. So let's get on with this eye.
Yeah.
is the finished look. I think it's really amazing. I think it'll look a lot better once I get the rest of the face done. And I just kind of want to go in probably with a little bit of a denser brush. I just feel like the colours that are on this eye are not as vibrant as the other ones. Even though I've layered them somewhat, I just feel the pigmentation is there, but it's just, it blends away, and they are just a bit more powdery to this side. So I've edged both sides with that really bright pink just to bring a kind of cohesiveness. And I do actually like how that looks, so I've added just a little bit more shadow to this side just to make it a bit more pigmented. I just think the nature of the actual colours as well, these are just really vibrant. Not that these aren't vibrant, it's just that, you know, blues and purples tend to stand out just a little bit more, I think, on the skin. So that's that. Now what I want to do is bronze, and actually I'm going to use this one by MUA because it's one of my favourites. I think these are great if you could just kind of dabble in it, a bronzer, because they're not too overly pigmented and they're just really nice. They blend really lovely. We're just going to pop that on into the contours of the cheek, a little under the chin, up around the temples. So really highly recommend these. And then for contour I am using the LA Girl Just Blush in Just Because this is a perfect contour shade for very fair skin, and it's very cheap also. Can you see that straight away? This is such an amazing contour. I absolutely love it. I actually have a backup because the idea that they may discontinue this, oh yeah, it's not good. Because look at that, it just gives a really nice natural kind of shadow. It's nice and grey toned, which is perfect for really pale skin. So that's perfect, because you shouldn't have a warm contour, it should be a cooler so it looks like an actual shadow, and I think that definitely does that. So that's for contour. For blush, actually, I'm just going to give this a go, which is the Pixie Glow. I did actually use this in a previous video. I want to say it was using a Jeffree Star palette. We're going to stick in the middle with this into the light sort of brighter pink. I think a nice pink sort of shade of blush will look good with this look. And it's just nice and subtle. She says I hadn't thought too much. But that's okay. I think this look needs blush. Just because you can't just have these really bright eyes and nothing else going on the face. And then what I do if I feel like I've just got slightly more on than I wanted, just take a powder. I've got MAC's Block Powder and just kind of go over that. I know the Pixie Glow's got glowing and that's going to matte that down. But I'm actually going to use a highlighter anyway, so that doesn't matter. I'm really more interested in that kind of soft, baby, candy-ish sort of pink, which I really like. I'm obsessed with this eye. I just kind of want to take this, I think it's an E50 from Sigma, and just ensure that we've got a nice blend on the edges. Because I am really working hard on trying to blend a lot more these days. And I know it's two slightly different shapes, but my eyes are both different shapes because that's the way it is. Don't you just love that explanation? Right, I'm going to put some setting powder on. Setting powder? Setting spray. I really like the smell of that one. And that one is Model Zone. Sadly, They have gone bust. I was hoping somebody was going to take them over because that would be amazing, because I love that setting spray, but nobody has as yet. So I may have a look online, because I think that some of their clearance stuff will end up in different places. So possibly online. Fragrance Direct seems to get a lot of clearance stuff as well. Possibly TK Maxx, because they've had Model Zone in before, so I'm going to keep an eye out on that, because I'd like to stock up on it. It is my favourite setting spray of all time. I mean, I love the Urban Decay All Nighter, which I have at the moment because it's so hot. I need something that's going to super glue my makeup on. But the Model Zone setting spray, I can't talk, it's absolutely amazing. So highly recommend if you can get your hands on it, if you do see it in clearance. I wasn't going to mention it, I wasn't going to use it, but then if you can get it in clearance, then you are very lucky, because it is amazing. That is really pretty. So of course the hair's got to come down now, because it's kind of ruining the whole thing. Right, okay, so the next thing, I'm just going to pop on a lipstick before I do my highlight, and I'm just going to use a MAC Lip Intensity lipstick in medium rare. It's a nice pink again. I don't want to go nude. I just think a nice pink will look good with this. Keep it bright and summery. These lipsticks are so creamy and they stay on so well. I absolutely love them. One thing I do want to do, I'm going to get that powder brush back. I am going to take the blot powder from MAC. I'm just going to pop a bit of that there, just because, whoo, it is hot today in the UK, and I literally feel like I am melting. And I need to wash that brush. Oh, I've got a hair. Okay. You're here because of the absolute professionalism, aren't you? Yeah, that's so. Of course, you totally know I'm kidding there. Anyway, I'm going to use the highlight by the Lime Crime Highlight Fairies palette, because I think I'm going to go for this really nice kind of champagne colour. I think this will be a lovely. I am going to pop a little on the inner eye corner, but not too much. I don't want to go overboard. Yeah, see, I feel like that is just the right amount for me. Oh, it really looks nice on the yellow. There we go. See? Really nice. I like it. And then I'm going to use that as a highlighter on my cheeks. Bam. Wow. A little up on the brow bone with what's left on the brush, which is not much. Which is what I like to do. I don't like to just dip in and go straight onto the brow bone. I will literally do my cheek. And then pop what's left up here. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so that is it. That is the finished look. I think it's actually turned out really, really well. So before we get down to the nitty gritty and talking about what I think of the palette, I'm going to insert the swatches here for you to have a look at, and then we'll get down to it. I just did want to quickly share with you this, but it's also in natural light, which is actually quite a good thing. It's a little bit muted, the light in here, because I have a voile at the window, as you can see. But you can still see how vibrant these shades are in this palette. And how amazing those swatches are. I swatched these around 2 hours ago. And they're still quite vibrant. The orange one seems to have faded. That's between the yellow and that ember colour. So I'll quickly re-swatch that one. But pretty much the others are, they're a little faded where I've caught them against material, but they're looking okay. Now I'm down to what I think about this palette. I actually think that it's really good. I think that it's really great value. I mean, the packaging is, it does look cheap. There's nothing much you can do about that, because it is, you know, they are affordable palettes. So I mean, it doesn't look bad because it does have this quite nice rose gold border around. So it's not the cheapest, I can't talk today. It's not the cheapest packaging I've ever seen. Now, thoughts on the actual shades. I've used everything but these two shades, which have wiped off because I've just tried on something. So I will quickly swatch those again. So those are the two shades I didn't use, which are Lucky and Ember. But I used every other shade in the palette in this look. But what I actually think about the palette is I actually love this eye. I'd actually do this again, and I used on this eye, I used Bermuda, Peacock, Nautical and Rain. Nautical and Rain. So I used these four, and then I did edge it slightly with this shade, which is Rave, which is this pink, just to balance out the eyes because both of them have got that little hint of pink on the outer edge. So I did use 5 shades for this eye, and I will be honest, I will wear this eye look again, absolutely, but I'll do it on both eyes. There is without a doubt. I absolutely loved how these shades applied. They went on really pigmented straight away, super intense, blended. I don't know if you can even tell. I'm not the best at blending, but I actually think I've got a really nice blend on these shades on this eye. I was really impressed with those particular 5 shades. I was also quite impressed with this pink, even though it did blend out some. I would say that the yellow and the orange I wasn't quite as impressed with, or mainly just the orange and the pink, I think. Because the yellow actually didn't go on too bad, it went on quite intense. It's a pineapple kind of yellow, so it's not pastel. I'd love to see this done in kind of a pastel neon style. I love pastel neons. You can't get enough of them on the makeup market at the moment, so I'd love to see more people doing those kinds of things. But I really liked it. I did think that the yellow and the orange and that pink there were a little weaker. They just needed a bit more packing on, but the yellow came out really nice. It was the orange and the darker pink that I was struggling with. So that is Beat and Totally. So these two shades here, they just needed packing and packing. I don't know if you can see, but there's actually quite a lot of powderiness to this palette. And when you saw me doing this eye, because unfortunately the camera wasn't on when I did this eye, totally apologise for that, because this is the eye that I had the struggles with. But this eye did go on beautifully, but there was a lot of fallout underneath the eye. So these shadows are very powdery, but they are, as you can see, just really pretty shades, really incredibly pigmented. Came out with a really nice vibrant look. I really love this. It's not exactly like the picture itself, it's inspired by. But if anybody knows who that is in that picture, I'd like to credit them. I don't know. Unfortunately, I took this well over a week ago, and there is no way that I can go through that much of a feed on my Instagram. It is like literally about 5 miles long. So I really like it. I've kind of done my own twist on it anyway. But yes, I really love how it's turned out. I do think that this is worth the price point. I do think that the colours are highly intense, and I do think that they blended really well. But like I said, there's just a couple of shades you need to pack on, and they just don't seem to be quite as vibrant as the others. But if you really like your blues and your purples and pinks, then you are going to absolutely love this palette for those reasons, because those are really pigmented shades. I haven't actually tried this green yet, so maybe I'll use that in an upcoming look and see how I feel about the green. But I was trying to stay pretty true to the image, and green wasn't in there. So I am literally melting. So I'm gonna go now. I really hope you've enjoyed this little mini review. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, as it helps me and my channel grow, and I really appreciate all your support. Leave your comments below, because I love to interact with you in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!